Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a historic building, the centerpiece of a small eastern Kentucky community, was destroyed by a fire. And 5 people are hurt after a house exploded in southern Indiana. The cause still under investigation.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Friday, August 1st, and it is 6 o'clock on the dot. Also time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal on this hot Friday, hot start to our August. Hopefully it's like a roller coaster going down.
And it is. There's the best news for you. Yes, it's a little bit on the warmer side for the morning as we are sitting in those low 70s. But as we head into the afternoon, we are looking at significantly cooler temperatures than what we've seen for the remainder of the week. Let's go ahead and get into that forecast for you this morning. Upper 60s, low 70s. Normally this time of year, we sit in the mid 60s as you're starting off your day. But this afternoon, take a look at just how wonderful those temperatures are. Upper 70s and low 80s for the day. And we do have a little bit of rain in the region, especially as you travel towards Breathitt and Magoffin County, as well as not. And we do have a flood advisory for portions of Lee, Breathitt, and Magoffin where that system is and was. Now, if you are heading off to golf today, that tee time forecast sponsored by the Stonecrest Golf Course and Top Rancher Range, here's what you need to know. This morning, you're looking at fairly good conditions. We're going to see some chances for rain as we're going into that noon hour, but after we clear into the afternoons, we're looking at great golfing weather. Amelia.
A Nelson County man was arrested following a 5-hour standoff. Travis Bowman is charged with attempted murder of a first responder and wanton endangerment of a police officer. He was arrested early yesterday morning at a home on Evergreen Court. Police were called there at around 10 Wednesday night after a report of shots fired. They say Bowman immediately barricaded himself into the home and started shooting at officers. No one was injured. A West Virginia sheriff's deputy is facing charges after he was accused of forcing an inmate to perform sexual acts. Kanawha County Sheriff Deputy Case Close was charged with imposition of sexual acts on persons incarcerated. The incident reportedly happened on Tuesday. The Kanawha County Sheriff's Office says that Case Close is no longer employed with them. A historic building, the centerpiece of a small eastern Kentucky community, was destroyed by fire. The old Anvil Institute caught fire late Wednesday night. For decades, it's been a ministry for the area and beyond. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to the director on how their efforts will continue.
Look at those flames shooting out over here.
A community could only watch as a centerpiece of their town was reduced to debris and ashes.
Unbelievable.
Fire broke out just before midnight Wednesday at the institute that was built in 1922. It lasted more than 100 years, but within hours it was destroyed.
This building, we had a vision and a dream moving forward that this was going to be a home, Lord willing, of the school.
That vision may have to wait or be altered after fire ripped through Grace Covenant Ministries.
There's so many different ministries that go on here, but this building itself was an educational center.
It was a long night for a lot of volunteer firefighters. About a dozen departments responded, including the Pond Creek Fire Department, which is just across the street. Many firefighters worked all night, leaving homes or jobs to volunteer their efforts.
It's devastating to see it go like this. It's something that you hate to lose.
And our goal was here in the next year, year and a half to have this building completely finished, and we hadn't even started the whole rehab part on this building yet.
Bills placed on hold, but their mission does not change.
We got people from all over the country reaching out. It's amazing. What we were saying last night as we were standing over by the church watching the flames, trust and obey, for there's no other way.
Wanting to know what the future holds, but knowing it'll be taken care of. In Jackson County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The Jackson County Sheriff's Office, state agencies, and the ATF were on scene investigating the fire. No word yet on a cause. 5 people are hurt after a house exploded in southern Indiana. It happened just before midnight Wednesday night on Washington Way in the Jeffersonville area. When officers got to the home, they found the people injured in the front yard. 2 of them were flown to a hospital, the others taken to a hospital by ambulance. So far, investigators have not determined what started that fire. Former Vice President Kamala Harris was a guest on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert last night. It's her first post-election interview since she lost to President Donald Trump in November. And it comes one day after she announced she will not run for California governor next year.
Recently, I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think our systems would be strong enough to defend our most fundamental principles. And I think right now that they're not as strong as they need to be, and I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country.
Former Vice President promoted her new book, 107 Days, which describes the short time she was a presidential candidate after then-President Biden withdrew from the race. At the White House, President Donald Trump is pushing the trade war to new heights. Soon 50% tariffs on goods from Brazil, a 20% tax on Taiwanese products, and with a new executive order, higher tariffs will kick in on Thursday for dozens of nations that have yet to strike a new trade deal with the U.S., arguing trade deficits pose an unusual and extraordinary threat to national security, a claim a number of small businesses are challenging in court. Congressional Democrats are pouncing.
This is making our country very rich and respected again.
What is this chaos? Our businesses, our small businesses, our medium-sized businesses, our large businesses need some degree of certainty.
New tariffs on Mexico and China are on hold, but Canada is caught in the crosshairs. The White House hiking levies 35% on goods not covered under the existing U.S., Mexico, and Canada trade deal. A bipartisan group of senators on Capitol Hill are looking to rein in what artificial intelligence is doing with our personal data. It comes after Delta Airlines admitted to using AI to price gouge certain customers based off their data and shopping habits. It's called surveillance pricing, and Delta's president vowed to use the practice more. He says he wants 1/5 of all fares to be determined by surveillance pricing. Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee says there's an easy solution to protect customers from this predatory practice.
To you, having the ability to opt in if you want to share data and information, such as a loyalty program, but having the default setting be an opt-out.
And she is leading hearings on the Hill this week to get more information on how our data is being tracked.
We are seeing just a little bit of fog this morning as you're heading out the door, mainly for the center part of our region. Take a look towards Hazard, 1/2 mile visibility. And on top of that, we also see some rain. So as you're heading through the next couple hours, just keep in mind that rain will continue to move out, clearing by the time we're heading into those afternoon and evening hours. Now, in terms of temperatures, not much of a change from what you've seen this week, mainly the 70s and some places seeing those upper 60s. But the big change does come this afternoon as high temperatures are in the upper 70s and low 80s, an over 10-degree difference for some folks out there. We'll see the highest temperatures of the day around that 4 o'clock time frame. Amelia.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:08. A neighborhood was alerted that a sex offender convicted of first-degree rape has moved in near a school. We've got the details.